Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review. I'm here today to talk to you about Amelia Parker Season 1, Episode 3. I forgot the name of this episode. But anyway, it's been a while since I talked about this show. I've been busy with the holiday stuff. So I decided since I finally again started watching this show, I figured I'll talk about it a little bit more. So, Amelia, she still doesn't talk to nobody. She still has select mutism from when her mother died. And it's her brother's Nathan's birthday. And so it mostly revolves around those two. But there is a side plot with Victoria where she's teaching Amelia's friend some math stuff, and she's having a hard time teaching him that. So, anyways, this revolves around the thing. Nathan. Nathan, when I first saw him in a couple episodes, he seemed kind of like all that into himself, like, like, ooh, I'm such a cool kid and everything. Look at me, I'm the pretty boy with the nice hair, stuff like that. Like, he reminded me of that character. And this one, he was pretty chill and everything. Maybe because it was his birthday. Now, Amelia, she's so happy that it's his birthday. She wants to make it the best birthday ever. He hasn't been over in England in like forever. Now, when it comes to Millie Davis' British voice, of course, we all know it's fake. She's using a fake accent. I know she's trying her best, but I don't like it. It's I don't like it when people use fake accents that they're not used to. It sounds fake. I know she's trying her best, and I applaud her, and like I'm very proud of her as an actress from coming so far from that of like Odd Squad, which I love, and to see her in a more like mature kind of role. But the British thing's just not working. I wish they would get it to where they'd be like, okay, she's been in America for so long. Now she picked up an American accent. It's just, her British voice is okay. It's just not, you can tell it's fake. And especially because you can always tell it's fake when you hear the real British people on the show start talking. So she wants to give him an authentic, like, meal from like back home, and the closest place in Chicago is a place called Chippy's that sells like fish and chips and stuff. When she goes there, sadly, this is a very, very, very booked place, and you have to have a reservation, which they do not have. And she had no idea you have to make a reservation, and of course she wouldn't be able to make one anyway because she doesn't talk to nobody. And so, like, they tell her there's nothing like we can do. You're just gonna have to wait. They've been there for over an hour, and they're still waiting. So they have to wait another hour. But they decide they're just gonna screw the food and just go on the double decker like bus. Which in London and England they have buses with a second like floor to it. I've been on something like that one time at Mardi Gras. They're pretty neat and everything. I don't know why they don't have them here in America, but who knows, you know what I'm saying? However, they missed the bus ride. And so sadly, they can't go to Chippy's and they can't do the bus thing. So he's a little bummed, and she's very bummed because she just wants to make this very special for him. She loves her family to death, and she just wants to make them happy. One thing I've noticed about this show when it comes to her, I haven't watched the Parker Anderson show yet, but I'm only watching the Amelia one because of the Amelia. It's her own show. But every time she tries something, it always backfires. Like when she had like I think like the cupcakes at like the field trip, and everybody got sick and food poisoning and stuff. Like she always tries her best to go beyond and above, but it just always backfires on her. And of course, she can't really express herself like vocally because she refuses to talk to anybody. But you see the hurt and pain on her face a lot. And so like they got some deep dish Chicago pizza instead, which he says not the same as Chippy's. Boy, I wish I had that pizza. I love pizza. Like when Pizza Hut did the New Yorker thing, oh, I loved it. Now somebody did have a deep dish one time. I forgot who it was, and they had a Pizzone. Oh, the Pizzone. But I want some real authentic New York and Chicago pizza. But I would never have that. I had a friend in college who from Chicago. All she ever did was talk about how great the pizza was. I mean, like, man, mail me some pizza if you have to. I don't care how old it is. I will eat it. And so, like, they're in the park, and he no, they're not a park. I think it's like the beach or something like that, or it's something with like a lot of water. And they're sitting down on a bench, and he's all like, you know what, I like this spot. This will be our new like favorite spot because it reminds me of home. And so she gives him his gift. It's like a little keychain that has the like it has a giant N on it, and it has like London stuff on it. He for some reason looks sad. She doesn't understand why, but then she gets upset, and he's just like really, really, really heartbroken. We don't know why until he pulls out an identical keychain, but one that has like America on it, and he reveals that this was the last gift his mom gave him. Amelia is devastated because she feels she has ruined his like birthday and stuff. And because like now he instead of being happy, he's just even more sad because not only can he not do the stuff he wanted to do, but now he is reminded of his mom. And so um I think she gave him like a cupcake or something like that. No, that was earlier. She gave him a donut. And that's when they was at the beach thing. But something happened to where she had to walk off and do something. And then when she comes back, she noticed this her bag is gone. Her book bag with her cell phone, her money, and everything else. She goes back to find her brother. He is gone. And she has no idea like what happened. Like, so she is just stranded there. But then she decides, hey, let me use my brain for a second. Like, he must be at the spot that he said is his favorite. So she goes there, and there he is. And he reveals to her that he had to chase down a mugger and everything because when her bag was on the ground, some random guy just grabbed it and took off running and stuff. So he chased after him, and that's how they end up getting lost from each other. And so he does tell her, even though he didn't get to do the stuff he wanted to do, he had a blast just hanging out with her and loved the fact that, she went above and beyond just to make him happy, and stuff like that. And even though they got no chippies, he said, like Chicago will never replace London. But he did enjoy like the donuts and looking at the like the ocean and stuff like that. So it's like really cool because like he understood what she was trying to do, and most people would just like would have sulked about it, but he took a frown and put it upside down, and that was like really great, like some nice brotherly love and stuff. Now with Vicky, there's not really much of a story going on there. Like I said, she's just teaching the one dude, and he's having a hard time, and then the dude at the cash register, he helps a little bit, and then she's able to like tutor the dude. Um, One thing I did notice, one like I think it was like the second episode, I really like the dynamic between Victoria and Nathan. They have such great chemistry. She's kind of like by the book kind of person, and he's more like, oh, look at me, I'm the cool kid type person. You know what I'm saying? And so they constantly get on each other's nerves. If they wasn't stepbrother and sister, chances are writers would have shipped them together, but can't. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.